You're about to hear 33 surprising, strange, and downright unbelievable origins behind the holidays we celebrate without ever thinking twice. After this, your calendar will never look normal again. Some of these traditions started from accidents. Some were invented by politicians. Others were cooked up by marketers who knew exactly how to make people open their wallets. A few are so bizarre you'll wonder how they ever became holidays in the first place. Let's dive in. FACT, one New Year's Day, started as a political decision, not a celebration. Ancient Rome used to shift the calendar whenever leaders felt like it. Caesar finally got tired of the chaos and declared January 1st the official reset point. It was more about power than fresh starts. Every new year, new me actually began as New Year, Caesar's rule. Fact to Valentine's Day came from a violent Roman festival. Long before chocolates, there was Lupercalia. Men ran around whipping women to boost fertility. The church later tried to clean it up and attach St. Valentine's name to it. Romantic? Not even close. It started as uncomfortable public chaos. Fact, the 3rd of April Fool's Day happened because people missed a calendar update. France switched New Year's Day from April to January. People who didn't adopt the new date were mocked as April Fools. So the whole tradition began with people trolling anyone who didn't read the memo. FACT 4, Easter eggs exist because Lent Banderi. During medieval Lent, eating eggs was a chickens kept laying, so people painted the extras and used them to celebrate when the fast ended. Your Easter basket exists thanks to stubborn chickens. FACT 5, Mother's Day's founder, spent her life trying to destroy it. Anna Jarvis fought hard to create Mother's Day. Then she watched companies turn it into a commercial circus. She spent the rest of her life trying to shut it down. She wanted a tribute, not a shopping event. The next one is even stranger. Fact 6, Father's Day happened because stores didn't want to miss out on profits. After Mother's Day became huge, retailers pushed for a holiday that included dads. They weren't celebrating fatherhood, they were celebrating revenue. It work. FACT 7, Independence Day, originally wasn't on July 4th. The vote happened July 2nd. The document was dated July 4th. Most signatures came later. The 4th just looked clean on paper. Your fireworks. Basically celebrating a convenient time stamp. FACT 8, Thanksgiving only became national because one writer refused to quit. Sarah Josepha Halley wrote 2 presidents for 17 straight years asking for a national Thanksgiving. Lincoln finally agreed. She was the definition of persistent. Fact 9, Halloween is a blend of Celtic fear, farming, and Christian influence. Samhain marked the end of harvest and the belief that spirits roamed the night. When Christianity spread, it layered its own traditions on top. The result became the candy-fueled holiday we know. Fact 10, Labor Day was created to calm national anger after a violent strike. Following the massive Pullman strike of 1894, the government needed a symbolic gesture to ease tension. Labor Day became that gesture, a holiday to cool tempers, not celebrate cookouts. Get ready, because the next ones get weird. Fact 11, Groundhog Day exists because America didn't have hedgehogs. German settlers celebrated Candlemas with a hedgehog predicting weather. Without hedgehogs in the US, they picked groundhogs instead. A substitute animal became a national celebrity. FACT 12, Black Friday, originally meant financial disaster. In the 1800s, it referred to stock market crashes. Retailers later twisted the name into something positive for sales. The shopping frenzy started with rebranding, not deals. Fact 13, Cinco de Mayo became big in the US thanks to beer companies. The holiday marks a small Mexican victory. American breweries used it for marketing, and the celebration exploded. It's basically a beer-powered holiday. Fact 14, President's Day became what it is because retailers wanted a general sale day. Washington's birthday was the original holiday. Stores pushed the idea of merging presidential celebrations for marketing purposes. Retail won again. FACT 15, St. Patrick's Day parades began in the US, not Ireland. Irish immigrants used parades as a show of unity and strength during a time of discrimination. Ireland adopted the big parades much later. The American version became the global version. The next 5 are even wilder. Fact: 16 New Year's resolutions started as debt promises. Babylonians vowed to return borrowed items and pay off obligations at the start of the year. Our modern goals like Goal Tho, Jim Beganes please Don T let the gods punish me. Fact: 17 MLK Day took decades of political fighting. Despite public support, key politicians stalled it. Arizona recognized it only after facing heavy boycotts. A holiday about unity struggled to unite the lawmakers. Fact: 18 Veterans Day was originally about world peace. Armistice Day honored the end of WWI with peace speeches. Over time, it shifted to honoring veterans of all wars. A day about peace became a day of remembrance. Fact: 19 Columbus Day grew because Italian Americans needed a cultural symbol. Facing discrimination, they pushed Columbus as a figure of pride. The holiday became a statement of identity. It was cultural defense more than celebration. FACT 20 New Year's countdowns started because sailors needed accurate time signals. Ports used dropping time balls to help ships synchronize clocks. When precision tech improved, people kept the ball drop idea for fun. Times Square kept the tradition alive and made it iconic. The next ones are absurd in the best way. FACT 21 Arbor Day exists because Nebraska had no trees. The landscape was so empty that leaders created a holiday to encourage planting. The holiday exists because nature needed a boost. Fact: 22 Flag Day survived because one teacher refused to let it disappear. For years, Bernard Sagrant pushed the idea until the government made it official. Sometimes persistence creates holidays. Fact: 23. The Easter Bunny came from German immigrant stories of an egg-laying hare. Kids loathed it. Americans adopted it. And the tradition stuck. The logic never mattered, only the charm. Fact: 24 Memorial Day came from many local mourning traditions. Communities had their own remembrance days after the Civil War. These were eventually combined into one national holiday. A collective day of grief became a unified tradition. FACT 25 The Super Bowl became a holiday because of the commercials. Brands realized the ad slots were just as entertaining as the game, and the annual excitement turned it into an unofficial national event. Only America could make commercials part of the holiday. The last stretch gets truly bizarre. FACT 26 Mardi Gras in the US started because explorers celebrated in the wrong place. French explorers landed near Louisiana, threw a party, and future settlers kept the tradition alive. A misplaced celebration became a cultural phenomenon. Fact: 27 Pi Day exists because a physicist decided pi sounded fun. At the Exploratorium in San Francisco, Larry Shaw honored the number 3.14 by eating pie with coworkers. A small joke turned into a global celebration. FACT 28 National Coffee Day was invented to boost declining coffee sales. Companies noticed consumption dropping and launched a holiday to revive enthusiasm. It worked perfectly. Fact: 29 Father-Daughter Day came from a Hollywood PR push. Sylvester Stallone's son-in-law created the day to promote positive fatherhood and create buzz. A holiday born from publicity. Fact: 30 Star Wars Day started from a political ad pun. When Margaret Thatcher took office, supporters wrote, "May the 4th be with you." The internet later turned it into a global event. The last 3 are unbelievable. FACT 31 Leap Year proposals came from complaints about inequality. People argued women deserved at least one day to propose marriage. February 29th became the solution. It was a symbolic gesture, not real progress. FACT 32 Kwanzaa was created in the 1960s for cultural unity. It wasn't ancient, it was intentionally crafted to strengthen community identity and pride. A modern holiday built with purpose. FACT 33 Christmas transformed into a gift-giving giant because of department stores. Throughout the late 1800s, stores pushed the idea that gifts equaled love. The marketing became so strong it reshaped the holiday. Most of the modern traditions come from advertising, not history. Bonus fact: to Santa's modern look was cemented by Coca. They didn't invent Santa, but their ads standardized the red suit. the warm smile, and the cozy grandfatherly look so effectively that the entire world adopted it. Which holiday origin surprised you the most? Share it in the comments. Check everyone, and if these blew your mind, wait until the next video. 33 unbelievable failures that changed history.